Guys, what's strange, unknowingly almost all girls do. Almost all the girls I dated constantly complained that they were cold. At the same time, when they were asleep, they would go into wild heat mode and I would have to move away. I don't get particularly cold during the day, but at night I really often wake up to the fact that I'm all sweaty. I suggest you go check out your heart. Moving your stuff? Forget they moved your stuff. Then they say they didn't touch your stuff. Because my girlfriend kept putting my tweezers in the car and then forgetting it there, I bought a second one. Now she has 2 tweezers in her car. Cool. When they wash in the shower, the water has to be almost boiling hot. It's the only way to beat our perpetual cold sensitivity. When somebody takes a picture of them, they always take one very specific pose. Put their hand on their hip and turn their head a little bit. They do this automatically. It makes me laugh when I see it happen. They offer their boyfriends a choice of places to have dinner, and then reject all the options offered to them. My wife and I use a method called 3-2-1. One of us picks 3 options. Then we take turns cutting off one option at a time and following our choices. Every day we use this method for everything in general. Just told my wife about this method. Asked her, what are we going to watch tonight? John Wick, 300 Spartans, or Inglorious Bastards? Her answer, well, certainly not that crap. They complain that the food is too greasy or salty or sweet, but they keep eating it. God, this food is so unhealthy. Why does it even exist? It should be forbidden. Proceed to eat whole plate of it. We're just taught from childhood that we should be ashamed of eating junk food. So it turns out that we like it a lot, but even when we eat it, we have to show that we are ashamed of what we did. They farting in their sleep all the time. Most likely out of trying to hold it during the day. Want me to let you know a secret? You do it all the time too, and it makes no difference whether you hold it or not. All people farting in their sleep? When they text their loved ones, they make sure to use all kinds of weird emoticons that no one else but them and serial killers seem to use. And when they get mad, practically all the girls use a smiley face and a bunch of brackets. It's okay, I'm fine. They steal our stuff. Every friend/ex-girlfriend of mine has at least one thing from my closet. I should note they have a very good sense for their favorite t-shirts/hoodies and guy shorts. It would be great if they took something I don't wear anymore. True. My sister has a whole drawer stacked with hoodies and sweaters she once borrowed from guys, and clearly has no intention of returning it. I've noticed that girls sometimes dance or sing before eating. I never noticed this with grown-up women. Maybe it's because I don't socialize with them, but all the ladies I know under 40 have done it at least once in front of me. It's so adorable. In the comments on Instagram, girls don't know how to accept compliments if her picture gets flooded with comments. Like, what a beauty in 3. She will answer, oh, as if you do not know how I really look. Belittle themselves on any trifle. A girl can be perfect in appearance, but she will still find some kind of almost invisible flaw, which no one will ever pay attention. I'm so ugly. Jessica, pardon me for asking, but if your gorgeous face looks terrible, then how do you describe my ugly face? They touch one thing and then 3 more disappear. And then there's the rubber bands. They're all over the place. It's a known fact. The lifespan of a hairband is a day, maybe 2. When they see a dog or some other cute animal, they definitely take a deep breath. I've noticed this a couple of times with guys too, but with girls it happens all the time. I can't think of anything weird that's unique to girls, except that they like to go to the bathroom together and laugh at something. In high school, I used to pay attention to that all the time. It's kind of weird for me. I can't say it's a characteristic of all girls, but many for sure. 3 reasons why girls go to the bathroom in groups. A, tactically. We share a pad, ask for toilet paper, help each other with hair, makeup. B, socially. There's always something to discuss or think about. Plus, drunk girls are sure to shower each other with compliments and yell how awesome they are. C, mandatory. We all have to pee, and it doesn't seem weird at all that we do it together in the same room, drunk chicks in the toilet. The absolute peak of sisterhood. They have to wear heels all the time for some reason. I've never met a girl who enjoys it. Why wear something that will give you horrible foot pain in 2 hours? Heels are no better than any other shoe. What's more, over time they can hurt the caviar. I'm a girl. My height, 157 centimeters. When I'm not wearing heels, I look like a little schoolgirl, and no one takes me seriously because of that. Plus, I look pretty young, which doesn't help either. So heels are my everything. I also love the majestic clatter of my heels when I walk around our office. It's probably not particularly weird, but when someone mentions pockets on some girl's clothes, she often feels the need to stick her hands in them and show them off a bit. It's kind of cute. The pockets on a woman's clothes are a marvel that deserves separate attention. They get paranoid if a guy is quiet. We guys can be quiet for hours, maybe even days. For us, it's normal. Sometimes we just think about shit. And when I tell my girlfriend that I'm not thinking about anything, then I actually imagine how I'm working as an agent or thinking about some other childish nonsense. We have 2 guys and 6 girls working in our office. 2 of us can sit in silence all day without burying a single extra word. But the girls are constantly talking, and every day, without exception, they ask us why we are so quiet. In their minds, it is absolutely impossible to work in silence without talking. Many girls, when they wash in the shower, fasten their loose hair to the wall. Is that how you try to save the pipe from gaps? Have you ever tried to flush 50 centimeters of hair out? It's not that easy. It's a lot easier to stick your hair on the wall and then flush it off. My wife never washes it off. That said, she constantly blames me for shaving over the sink. So where do we shave then? On the street? Girls have a very strict code of honor. Me. Look, it's been a while since you've had a party with Stacy. Did something happen between you two? She. I texted her once. She didn't text me back until 40 minutes later, and I saw she was on Facebook. So I know for a fact she had her phone in her hand. She's only on Facebook from her phone. God, that bitch makes me so mad. Buying too many pillows for the bedroom and living room? I want to ask on behalf of all the men in the world, what's the freaking point of having them? Fucking couch parasites. Evaluate other girls from head to toe. Quite a striking phenomenon. I always notice it when I'm with my sister. And it doesn't matter where we go to the store or whatever, the other girls are always looking at her. Of course, it's not their fault, but they leave so much hair behind. Every time I go into my friend's room, there's so much hair left on my legs you could make a whole wig out of it. What do you think? We don't know about that? I lose so much hair every time I wash my hair that it would bother even cancer patients. And it sounds like your friend need to do a cleaning. Just ask my wife why she needs a bag when she has a purse. She said the purse wouldn't fit in her jeans, and that if she stuck it in her back pocket, it would ruin the whole look. I write the girl a 50-word message. She. Okay. Shit, these one-sided texts are making me feel like she's sick of me. Okay, I'm going through the same thing right now. Recently decided to step out of my comfort zone and met a girl. Constantly writing her large messages. In response, I get short phrases. How do we continue to communicate? It always seemed to me that this response is more typical for guys. Okay, I will proceed trying. If she really liked you, she would make more of an effort. Since she responds to you reluctantly, you shouldn't try to save the conversation. Don't proceed trying if she doesn't give a shit about you. Girls don't realize that toilet spray gets on the rim. I've had it many times where I come to some girl, pulling up a chair to pee, and I see that the toilet bowl looks like Jackson Pollock's work. Apparently, because they never pick up the chair, they have no idea what's going on underneath it. All the time they're checking their look. I notice that often when I sit with some girl, she is constantly either twisting her hair as if it were a telephone wire or taping it behind her ear. After 20 seconds, of course, the hair goes back to its original state. I don't argue, it's pretty cute, but I've always wondered, do they do it consciously or not? They carry a 3-liter bag with a bunch of junk in it. They have hairpins, lip balm, a mirror, 2 pairs of sunglasses, phone, case from an old phone that doesn't fit a new, purse the size of a book, juice store coupons, pennies, 5 pens, a bracelet, gum, cough drops, and so on. There's no limit to this list. You know, I have a confession to make. I wish I could walk around with a purse too, but unfortunately that's not the way it's done. So I usually put all my garbage in my girlfriend's bag. She's my personal mule. They all say, I'm not like the others. You can treat me like a guy. No, I can't. Remember, girls with whom you can behave like a guy don't need to talk about it. Ladies, haven't you noticed that whenever you're on the phone, you raise your voice a little bit? And it doesn't matter. You call about work, friend, a guy you like or don't like. On the phone, you always behave more girlish. And then, when you hang up, instantly switch to your normal voice. I work in customer service and purposely pretend to be nicer because we get paid more for it. My work voice is very similar to the voice I use when flirting, and usually my voice sounds extremely monotone. That said, I have 100 different ways to laugh. I work in a restaurant. If I had an audio recording of me talking to customers right now, I'd probably throw up. They say contradictory things all the time. For example, I'm fine. Actually not fine. This comment reminded me of last New Year's Eve. Honey, listen. Since you're spending the day with your mom today and then she's got friends coming over that I don't know and no men, Maybe I'll went to the Chris tonight so as not to embarrass you? Sure, no problem. The next day, she dumped me, explaining that she really wanted to spend the New Year's Eve with me, and that my choice of friends was totally unacceptable. I objected to her. But you said yourself that everything is okay, she responses. I remember what I said, but you should have thought about it too. I mean, I just believed you. Isn't that what people in relationships are supposed to do? Believe each other? Fine, go fuck yourself. Thank you very much for watching. Guys can write in the comments what strange things almost all girls unknowingly do. And don't forget to watch our other episodes. That's it. Bye-bye.